Admittedly, I have been thinking about you in the shower. It's true. That's one of the places where I actually come up with some of my best ideas, aha moments. And it's not about being in the shower. It's not about sitting on the end of the dock or being out in the middle of the lake on the boat or out for one of my morning walks. I do my best thinking in solitude. And there's a great story about Albert Einstein where Einstein, one of the greatest badass thinkers of our time, where did Albert Einstein spend most of his solitude? He spent it in an old wooden boat with no motor. And he would literally go out into the middle of this small lake almost every day. And he would literally be out there with nothing but pencil and a pad of paper, no motor on the boat. And he would sit in the middle of this little lake and he would think. He would do something that 99% of the mediocre, ordinary, and average quiet desperation no longer have the ability to do. He would sit in silence and think. He would think. It got to the point where several times they had to go out and rescue Einstein because he was out in the middle of the lake for so long they thought he was in distress. And they even went as far as buying him a small motor for his boat, which he refused to use, almost like refusing to use a cell phone. He said, no, that'll interfere with my deep thinking, my magic time, my deep work, my solitude. So he used to go out in this boat until the day he died, and it was his thinking time. Think of any of the great writers, any of the authors, copywriters, musicians, artists, anybody with huge creativity, and they're all the same. They all spend a lot of time alone, and they all invest a lot of time in solitude doing what? Thinking. It was Thomas Edison who had over 2,000 failed patents of things he had invented long before the light bulb, long before the power of electricity. And Edison had that famous saying, I'm going to go sit and listen for ideas. And in Edison's case, he didn't sit out in the middle of a lake in a boat, but he would sit by a pond, he would sit by a river, and all he would take was his pad and pencil and pad and paper and his collapsible chair, and he would sit out in nature, in solitude, and zero distractions, and he would sit and listen for ideas. When I think of these two stories, I think about how many groundbreaking, life transformational ideas have come to me when I've been alone. When I've been out walking, when I've been reading by the pool, enjoying my morning coffee, when I've been copywriting alone in my office, when I have been just before I go to sleep at night, sometimes, driving the truck, sometimes in the shower, sometimes when I'm brushing my teeth, even sometimes when I'm doing my morning prayer. And it's because I'm alone with my own thoughts. It's because I'm not distracted. And it's because I'm embracing solitude. There's that amazing quote about today's society where man's greatest failure right now in 2024 is our inability to be alone, to sit quietly and think. It's almost a lost art, my friend. It's almost a lost art, the ability to sit alone, quietly in solitude and think deeply. We're so distracted now with our gadgets and electronic gadgets and toys and our iPhones that we don't have any time anymore for deep thinking or magic time. We have all these incredible ideas inside our brain that can't come out because we're constantly in motion, we're constantly being entertained, we're constantly being distracted. So your best ideas, my friend, are locked inside your mind. They don't have a chance to get out. You don't get an opportunity to come to you. Your eureka moments are trapped because of technology. And if I can challenge you to do one thing in this brand spanking new year, it's this. Not only think deeply in places like the shower or when you're brushing your teeth, but to spend a minimum 30 minutes a day, every day this year, alone in solitude in thought. I'm not talking about meditation. I'm talking about you sitting quietly by the pool, by the lake, by the river, in your vehicle, in your backyard, with zero distractions. Nothing but you and the universe, your creator, your golden gut, a pad of paper and a pen. And do what Einstein did and what Edison did. Sit and listen for ideas. If you commit to just that one big thing and you do it every day for 30 minutes times 365, your business and your personal life will be transformed. It can't not be. You'll be coming up with more ideas and more eureka moments, more wow, life-changing ideas than you've ever had in your life before. But here's the challenge. Can you even sit for 10 minutes by yourself? Can you even be alone with yourself for 15 minutes? Most people can't. The quiet desperation crowd needs to be entertained. They need to be sedated. They need to be medicated. They need to be on their phone. They need to be scrolling. They're addicted to cheap dopamine hits. So can you do the exact opposite this year and start spending 30 minutes alone, thinking, being still, being quiet? Because man, oh man, if you can do that this year, you're going to completely separate yourself from the quiet desperation 99%. Everybody else is checked out. Everybody else is sedated. Everybody else is unhappy, depressed, anxious, stressed. You do the opposite this year. Build it up where you can spend 30 minutes a day by yourself. You'll probably have to start at 5 minutes. Do that for a week. Build that up to 10 minutes. Do that for a week. Build it up to 15 minutes. Start with ridiculously simple goal of 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes a day, no phone, no reading, no books, no technology, no music, no earbuds, none of it. And spend 5 minutes with your righteous self. And see what happens in those 5 minutes, in those 10 minutes, as you build up to 30 minutes per day. Take a page out of Albert Einstein's book. Take a page out of Thomas Edison's book. Take a page out of Stephen King's book. Take a page out of any artist or great writer or producer or anybody creative. The big guys and gals, that's how they do it. Solitude, time, being still, alone with your thoughts. So, I'm going to be available to help you this year, personally, but only one way. And I'm trimming down my 2 masterminds into one. I'm going to work with the elite of the elite, 5 men this year, maximum, men only. And it's a brand new BadAzz Kings Mastermind. It's for the full year. We meet twice a month. And it's for 5 men only. And it's going to be focused on 2 things: marketing and money making. Nothing loftier than that. There'll be a little bit in there about personal life and some health and fitness, but the lion's share of what we will discuss every couple of weeks will be how to flood your business with qualified leads, buyers, prospects, clients, and how to 2x, 5x, even 10x your income this year. Nothing loftier than making you rich. That's what the Mastermind is about this year, marketing and money making. And I'm going to share with you my 21 years of in the trenches marketing and money making strategies, what I've done for the last 2 decades, and also what I'm doing in my 3 different companies now. And this is your opportunity to work one-on-one with me for the entire year. It's expensive. It's a huge investment. It's going to be $30,000 for the year, 5 men only. And I'm looking forward to working with the very best of the best. It's definitely not for anybody that's not serious about transforming their business and getting into a safe harbor position. This is all about becoming rich. It's all about becoming wealthy and getting yourself into a situation like I have 7 years ago where you're in what I call a safe harbor position financially. You no longer have to worry about money. You no longer have to worry about working. You work because you want to. If you don't want to work anymore, you don't. That's a safe harbor position. You do what you want, when you want, with whom you want, at the price you want, on the terms you want. And it's all safe harbor because you're financially independent. That won't happen unless you get the coaching and accountability to make that happen. The only way that this year can be any different from last year is if you get the coaching and the accountability. You're looking at a guy who's spent hundreds of thousands of dollars with masterminds alone. I'm a reader. I study books. I have newsletters. I'm a serious student. But most of my gains, admittedly, have come from being in elite level masterminds. I wasn't able to crack the 7-figure mark in any business, not even close, until I got around other 7-figure earners, until I joined Bill Glazer's $30,000 mastermind and Kennedy's mastermind and onward. I wasn't able, until I got around other people making 7 and 8 figures, I wasn't able to do it. So those masterminds were the ultimate investment in my safe harbor position. I wouldn't be in a safe harbor position today. I'd still be staring at working at least another 15 years. And like I said, it's been 7 years of peace of mind financially because of my involvement in those masterminds. It's interesting. I love the quote. If you hang out with 5 millionaires, you'll be the 6th. If you hang out with 5 people who are broke, unhealthy, unsuccessful, you'll be the 6th. You'll be broke, you'll be unhealthy, you'll be unsuccessful. That's a very powerful concept of association and accountability. You hang out this year with 5 millionaires, don't be surprised when you're the 6th. The power of association. With that said, there's a link below where you can apply if you're serious. If you're not serious, that's perfectly okay. It's not for everybody. But if you're serious about 2xing, 5xing, even 10xing your income this year, getting your marketing once and for all on autopilot, and building your business into an empire that someday you can sell for a small fortune, then this is something you need to look at seriously. 5 men, $30K per person. I want guys that have skin in the game. The more you pay, the more you'll pay attention. I'll look at your application. I'll see if you qualify. Also, I'll see if I'm the right coach for you. In a lot of cases, my coaching style isn't for some men. And again, that's perfectly okay. But if you're serious about becoming that 6 millionaire, then click on that link below, fill out the application. and you and I will get on the phone in early January and decide whether you're a fit for this 5-person marketing and money-making mastermind that I'm running. It's the only way you can get private one-on-one coaching from yours relentless this year. I'm transitioning out of that stuff. I'm spending even more time at home. I'm spending more time in Florida. I'm spending more time with my daughter Emery, with my wife Krista. I'm spending more time this year training. I'm spending more time on other projects. And this is the only mastermind I'm going to run in 2024. So if you don't want to miss out, click on the link below. Get serious about making this the best year of your life. It's not going to happen without coaching. It's not going to happen without accountability. And let's get working on making you that 6th millionaire this year. Until then, this year, make sure small, tiny victories every single day. 1 or 2 goals maximum. Just chipping away, a little bit healthier, a little bit wiser, a little bit mentally tough, more mentally tough, a little bit kinder, a little bit fitter. All that stuff day after day. Be brave, be fierce, and be relentless.